Hey, survivors, Zed here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the top 5 best mods for Tek and Tek Tier in Ark Survival Evolved, and all the links to these mods can be found in the description below. So coming in number 5 is Eco's Tek Decor. This mod is mainly for decoration, but some of the decor items also have some helpful uses. So first of all, everything from this mod is made in the Eco's Tek Decor crafting table, which is learnt at level 1 and only costs 50 metal ingots. And the decoration stuff aren't that expensive either. You don't need to use Tek or anything. So as you can see here, these things only cost crystal and fiber. So they're still pretty expensive, but not Tek level expensive. And these cost metal. Yeah. So that's where you make everything from this mod in. So now I'll just go over the decorations. So first we have some experiments. Very small. They look really nice. Very detailed. Then we have a tablet, which I just put on the table here. And a holo tablet. And with this one you can have different displays, which is really cool. And there's 6 different displays. And then we have some holographic creatures. That's just a skeleton though. Some of them are skeletons. They have bigger holographic displays. Then we have a broken incubator. There's also a non-broken incubator, which actually does stuff. And I'll show you what it does soon. We have a Tek stool that you can sit on. A Tek table. Shelf. Which looks much better than the current Ark one. So I'd love to use this rather than the normal shelf. Glass table. Then we have a bunch of Tek chairs. And it looks so cool with this animation thing. If you can see that. They're like moving. So you could sit on all of these. And you have 4 different options to choose from. Of those 4 different colors. Then there's the bed, which is a special Tek bed. You can get on it. You can't sleep in it though, but you can use it to fast travel like a normal bed. And there's the biopod bed. This one you can fast travel as well, and you can also sleep in this one. Oops, you need to hold it down. There we go. My head's sticking out though. I'll try again. Yeah, still sticks out. But yeah, that's the sleeping biopod. So you can actually sleep in it, which is cool. It looks very nice too. And we have some wall lights, wall Tek lights. And they're like moving. The lights are moving. The same with these lights, which you have to put on a flat surface. So I just put them on the table. And these are also moving. And there's the hologram maps. So this is the island one. Wait, are they all? Okay, yeah, this is the island. This is the center. It also tells you this, whatever that means. And then there's the scorched earth map. Then we have this display thing. So this is just nice decoration, and you can run under it. And it looks so good. Then there's 2 more holographic things. 3 more. I couldn't fit them in there, so I'll put them outside. There's the phoenix, the wyvern, and then the griffin. It looks so cool. And then after those we have some more maps, but these aren't holographic. So you have the center map, the island, Ragnarok, Scorched Earth, and then yeah, that's all the maps. Then we have the refrigerators. So these you can access the inventory, and you can use them as refrigerators, but they need to be powered. And you can also change like what it shows here. All of them have like visual decoration things in the fridge. So right now it's a Bob dog. You can change it to a ferox. A sleeping ferox. Oh, HNLA. HLNA. A fish. That's such a creepy looking fish. Oh, it's from Genesis. The jellyfish. And Chupacabra, which is a nameless. I'm gonna put it back as the... I'll put it as Ferox. That's the best one. And then there's the broken refrigerator, which also just acts like a fridge. And yeah, these, they can only have one thing. You can't choose the creature, like from that one. So yeah, there's quite a lot of them. You have lots of options. And there's a man in this one. It's so weird. He's so small as well. And then there's the metal counters, which have faint lights. You can see this one's blue, green. It's kind of hard to see because it's day, but you can see on the wall here. You can easily see them. Then we have some storage things. Oh yeah, these have storage as well. You can put stuff in here. Then we have the wall storage things. There's 4 of them, which could look good on a spaceship. And then we have the tall storage lockers, which look very interesting. They look like towers more than a storage thing. And then we have the actual things that you can use. So this is the power generator. Pretty good model. So in this, you just put gasoline in, and it provides power like a normal generator does, but it does it silently, and I don't think you need cables. It will just give power straight to the outlets, and it's silent. So that's in... How much does it cost? It only costs 50 metal ingots. So yeah, this is very good. Much better than the normal generator. We have a painting capsule, which you just make dye with. And then you have the egg incubator, which is probably the most useful one here. So with this you can put eggs in, one at a time, fertilized eggs, and then they'll slowly hatch when they're inside of here. And they also will spoil slower than in a fridge. Coming number 4 is the Pearl Converter mod. This mod is pretty simple. It adds the new Pearl Converter to Ark, a high level station that lets you make black pearls out of silica pearls, which are needed for a lot of tech items and tech structures. This is helpful for people who find gathering black pearls normally to be very annoying and a bit too difficult. So first I'll show the engram for it, just to show you what level you have to learn it at. So it's learnt at level 70, and there's 2 engrams that you have to learn. The first is the Pearl Converter itself, which costs 150 hide, 200 metal ingots, 300 obsidian, 250 stone. So it's decently expensive, but not too hard to make. And then there's the Black Pearl engram. So you need to learn the engram if you want to make them. So I placed it down here. It just looks like a modern pestle. And you have to turn it on. You have to actually turn it on, instead of just crafting them straight away. So if I just turn it off now, you can see that I can't craft the black pearls. But when I turn it on, then I can. And you need to have spark powder in here. That's the fuel it uses. So that makes it a bit more expensive, a little bit more balanced for normal Ark. Then you just right click or press E or whatever to craft them. And it costs 20 silica pearls for 1 black pearl. So they are pretty expensive. But if you find getting black pearls too hard normally, like going into the ocean and all that, then you can just get this mod and craft them in here. Coming in number 3 is the DLC and Tek Engram Unlocker mod. This mod is also very simple. All it does is allow you to learn all of the DLC engrams, no matter which map you're on, and also allows you to learn the Tek engrams manually, without having to fight the certain bosses. On some maps and modern maps, you wouldn't be able to unlock all the Tek engrams, due to not being able to fight all the bosses needed. Usually you would have to transfer your survivor and a lot of creatures over to the Ark with the boss you need, so you have to do a lot of transferring and then fight a special Ark boss. and you have to do all that just to unlock the Tek engrams. But with this mod, you can just learn the Tek engrams like they were any other engram. So first of all, I'll just show you. Well, this is the only thing to show you in this mod. So all the Tek engrams you start unlocking at level 80. So I'll just go to level 80 here. So as you can see, the Tek gauntlets are here, Tek helmets here, Tek rifle, and yeah, these other things. So they're not Tek grams anymore. You don't have to. You can just learn them. Just double click on it. But I already learnt it. And some of the Tek things I learnt at later levels. Like here at 85, there's the Rex Tek saddle, Megalodon Tek saddle, Tabihara Tek saddle. If I scroll further down, level 90, there's the leggings and chestplate. So all the Tek items aren't unlocked all at the same level. They're distributed evenly across levels 80 plus. So it's pretty balanced still. It's not like you can learn them at level 0. But you can actually learn them before the riot stuff. So you still have to be a decent high level to learn them. Level 90 for some of the stuff. Level 80 for the majority of things. But it's still much better than having to fight the bosses. But if you're on a map where you can fight the bosses, you may as well do that, because it's still a lot of fun. But if the map you're on, you can't unlock certain Tek grams, I'd recommend getting this mod to unlock them. Coming number 2 is the Tek Helper mod, another very simple mod. All it does is add another engram to Arc, which is Element. So instead of having to obtain Element from killing bosses like usual, you can just learn the engram and craft it inside your inventory. However, some DLCs already have this feature of crafting Element, like an Aberration. You can just craft them using Element Ore. On the Extinction map, you can craft it using Element Dust, and on Genesis you can just buy some from HLNA shop. But this mod will still be useful for maps besides those DLCs, like the island and a lot of modern maps. So I'll show you the engram first. I'll just look up Tek. Oh, it's not Tek. I'll just look up Element. There you go. So you can learn it at level 1 actually. But it's still, you can't make it at level 1. Because you require some pretty difficult things. Which I have in this chest. So for each element, let's bring it up here. For each element you need 1 cementing paste, 1 crystal, 1 electronics, and 1 metal ingot. So it's still pretty difficult to make, but not too difficult. So I'll just take these things. And for each one you craft, you just get 1 element. So I'll just craft a bunch. So you can see here that it's just normal element. You don't have to wait for it to become stable, like with unstable element. And yeah, it's very easy to get element with this mod. Coming number 1 is the most interesting mod on this list, and it's the Tek Dinos Plus mod. This mod adds over 20 new Tek creatures that look amazing, are extremely powerful, and very difficult to obtain. These Tek creatures don't spawn in the wild, but are instead crafted from the creature crafter. So I'll now show the engram for that creature. So it's learnt at level 20, and it costs a lot of different things. They're not too difficult to get, and yet you can learn at level 20. So you can get it pretty early on. So here it is here. It's pretty big. Looks pretty cool too. So in its inventory, there's a lot of new items in here that you can make. So first there's all of the generic parts. There's like generic skin, generic leg, generic head. And all of these cost, the skin costs hide, and I guess all the body parts cost meat and keratin. So the keratin's for the bones and the meat is just the meat. And they cost quite a lot of meat, so these are pretty difficult to make. There's also the Tek component, which costs 200 crystal, 100 element shards, 800 flint, and 200 metal ingots, just for one of them. And using these parts that you make, you can craft the creatures themselves. So the first one here is the Tek Tier, which costs those things there. So 50 black pearls, 300 crystals, 300 element dust. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. 800 metal ingots. So yeah, these creatures are pretty expensive. And the most expensive one here costs tons of stuff. It costs 50 generic arm parts, 50 generic dino skin, and so on. And you need 100 tech upgrade components. So 100 of them, that's like 20,000 crystal and 20,000 metal ingots for one creature. So they're definitely extremely hard to get, but they're definitely worth it. Well, in my opinion, because they're so cool. So yeah, that's all of those. So I'll now show you all the tech creatures. I crafted them all and spawned them in. So first is the... oh no, there's something to take. Okay. Now I'll just harvest this. There we go. So first is the Tek Tier. He looks so cute. And he has the little... his own tech helmet on. And you can also turn on the color. It's not hard, it's not easy to see though. Oh, it's on the fin there. You can see the color. It's like glowing blue. So this guy, he produces element dust over time. And inside his inventory, you can also make shards and element. So I can just craft an element here. So basically he naturally produces element over time. Oh, it's a unstable element. So this will turn into normal element over time. So that's the Tek Tier. Then there's the upgraded Tek Tier. He's quite a lot bigger than the normal one. And you can also pick these up. So you have a massive Tier there, which looks pretty cool. I'll just throw him back off. So this guy produces much more element dust. They also have better stats, I forgot to say. Better than normal creatures, normal Tiers. So he produces element dust a lot quicker. And he also crafts the stuff a lot quicker. Yeah. So that's the Tek Tier. And there's the Tech Otters. Again, there's a normal one. And an upgraded one. These guys, along with the boosted stats, they naturally produce silica pearls. So I already have that many silica pearls. 163. And quite a lot of black pearls. And then in the upgraded one, there's a lot more than that. Look how many black pearls there are. And there's over 4,000 silica pearls. So you might think that's really overpowered. But if you look in here, the upgraded order, it costs quite a lot of stuff. So 25 tech components. That's 25 times 200 crystal. So yeah, they're very late game creatures. I'm just gonna change the time. There you go. Then there's the Kairukus, the penguins. Oh, they're laying so many eggs. So yeah, these guys produce polymer. Quite a lot of polymer. And also corrupted nodules, which just basically the same as polymer. Then there's the upgraded Kairuku. Again, he's just bigger. You can pick him up still. And he produces things faster. So he has over 4,000 corrupted nodules and 500 polymer already. Then there's the Trudon. So the Tech Trudons, they're still not that good, but at least they're easier to get than the normal Trudons. So these guys, they just have increased stats basically. They have 2 times more damage, 2 times more health, and they don't non-kiss bleed effect. But they do look pretty cool. And then there's the Tech Vulture. And he's like kind of invisible. So this guy, he produces... wait, no, he doesn't produce stuff. But he instead also has a bleed effect, like the Trudon. So as you can see, it applies the bleed effect, and it does quite a lot of damage too. So that takes away 1% of its health, and it stacks up to 3, so it does up to 3% of the creature's max health, which is very powerful if you're taking on creatures like a Rex. So yeah, he's probably the best shoulder mount now. Oh no, he's going to attack you. Okay, the next one, the Tek Tier. These creatures look so cool. So this guy is just basically a super air conditioner. Usually the Dimetrodons work as like 2 air conditioners combined or something, but now they work as 50 air conditioners combined. So that's amazing. You don't even need air conditioners anymore if you're willing to spend all the resources on this. Then there's the Tek Tiers. They're super tiny. So there's the normal one and the upgraded one. Only some of these creatures have upgraded counterparts. So most of these guys, they don't have an upgraded part of them. So this one, they produce keratin over time, and you can craft chitin. Oh no, you can craft keratin from chitin. So I have some chitin here. I can just craft some more chitin. I mean more keratin. So yeah, they produce keratin over time. The upgraded one produces that as well. Look how much there is. There's over 20,000. And then there's the more interesting ones. The ones that you can actually ride. So there's the Tek Seeker. Usually the Seekers in Ark, you can't tame them. So the the Tek Seeker, you can now mount as well. Ride it around. It has increased stats. It's pretty fast. A lot faster than normal. And they're also a lot bigger. Then there's the Tek Frog. Bilzebufo. Tek Bilzebufo. So, oh no. These, the Tek Frogs have lots more speed, and their jumps are way bigger. Look how big that jump is. And they have other good attacks. I mean, better stats, I mean. So they have more health and do more damage, and so on. So next is the Tek Griffin. There's not that much different to these guys. They're a bit faster. They have better turning. They can be bred now, and they have genders. So you can get imprints on your griffins. And they have a more powerful dive bomb. Wait, that was a failed dive bomb. I'll just go a bit higher. Okay, this time. Yeah, 1450 damage. And I haven't even pumped his melee damage much. Besides him being a high level. So yeah, there's the Griffin. There's the Metal Elemental. He looks so cool. So he is crazy strong. He can harvest all things. Except for berries. But he can harvest... Wait, can he harvest berries? Okay, so he can harvest all things besides berries, I'm pretty sure. Oops. So, besides berries, you can harvest anything else in the game. You can harvest stone with its main attack. With his third attack, he can harvest metal and flint, and stone as well. And you can also harvest wood. That's stone again. Okay, yeah, I got some wood that time. And it gets thatch as well. Oops, I keep using the wrong attack. Okay, there you go. So yeah, over 2000 thatch. And he's the best gatherer in the game. As you can see how much resources I'm getting. I got over 2000 thatch from one tree. And he also does a lot of damage. And his rock has been coloured differently. And he also has a massive weight reduction on most things. But he eats element, which is a problem. As you can see, he's starving right now. And he's slowly losing health. Actually, I don't think he does more damage than usual. But he's a great harvester. The best in the game. And there's the Caparor. The Capra has some better stats, it's slightly bigger, and it has a normal jump now. Previously you couldn't jump with it, you could only do the grab thing, but now it can do both a jump and a grab thing. And they can also grab much larger creatures. I'll see if I can find I'll see if I can do the Kano. If I don't get fear roared though. Need to sneakily get in. Okay, yeah, I can grab Kanos now. Because he can grab much larger things. So as you can see, I have a Kano right now. I can just take him anywhere I want to. So yeah, he can carry a lot more, which is very helpful. And he can also carry friendly things, not just enemies. Can I carry a Calico? Oh, I can. Yeah, so that's the Capra. Next is the Tek Deinonychus. It looks so good. His armor, his tech armor, looks pretty good too. So he's very fast, he's a bit more faster, and he has a new bleed effect. So before it did like barely any damage, the bleed, but now it can do up to 8% of the victim's damage, the victim's health. So it's much more powerful now. And it also has a new roar, which gives it more health regeneration. And yeah, so basically a much better Deinonychus. So next is the Tek Basilisk. Looks very cool. And he is much more than the normal Basilisk. He's like tiny. So they're a lot faster, they do a bit more damage, and they fire lightning now instead of poison. Well, it's more like lightning actually. Oh, it's fire lightning, okay. And it can fire very quickly, which is very overpowered. Usually there's a small cooldown, but now he can just spam it. And he also, oh no, the Argy's attack. I'll shoot him down with my fire lightning. Killed him already. Okay. And he also produces this stuff here, which is the Tek Scale Shards. So I can just pick these up. Oh, but Tek Basilisk Shedding, actually. So he just sheds this over time. So it's like his skin, kind of. Like how snakes shed. And with these, you can grind them into shards. So he produces Tek Shards over time, basically. Which is very useful. Then there's the Tek Skeptrix, which is like a giant featherlight. This thing is so crazy. It's extremely fast, and you can ride on them now. Usually featherlights are just little shoulder pets in Aberration, but now you can ride them, and their stats are crazy. Look how much health that is. Over 27,000 health. And they do quite a lot of damage. They have lots of attacks. I'll show you the coolest attack. So this summons lots of little featherlights. They can help you attack things. I'll just try to... There you go. So yeah, they'll all start attacking whatever I attack. And they do quite a lot of damage. I just tell them to stop now. So I don't even know how to describe this creature. It's extremely powerful. It's like your own boss that you can fly around on. They're very expensive to make though. And they have these costumes. There's this costume. And then there's the featherlight looking costume. Next is the Tek Razor, which is a very small Reaper King. But they're actually like the same speed almost. And their stats are also very good. The stats are actually better than the Reaper King. And he has some new attacks as well. You can turn on a crosshair now. He does lots of damage. This guy's also kind of like a boss because of how powerful he is and how difficult he is to make. So he fires new ball things from his tail. They're now like red, blood colored. And his jump is a little better, I think. Oops, I got stuck in a tree. And he has this new attack. I can... Oops, that's not it. Oh yeah, well there's that one. The Fear Roar, which looks insane. Then there's the... Oh, there it is. The tongue grab. I couldn't get this to work before though. But it's supposed to just grab creatures. Next is the Tek Tier. He just has increased stats. He has 2 times more weight, 2 times more damage. He's twice as fast. He's very fast. And he also hits with lightning now, apparently. Oh yeah, it applies like a lightning effect. His Parasaur's almost dead. That's sad. So yeah, basically just a better theory. And there's the Tek Spino, which is probably one of the cooler creatures from this mod. So he can now, usually you can run on all 4 legs, which is much faster than bipedal, but now they're the same. So you can run extremely fast in bipedal mode, which is so scary looking. And in bipedal mode you do more damage than quadrupedal mode, which is why you'd want to be in it. And yet you go much faster. And you have some better stats. You have a new attack. Oh, my Parasaur's gonna die. So it's the Super Punch. You have this normal punch thing, but now there's the Super Punch, which uses 2 element per hit. Oh yeah, Parasaur died. No. It did 3500 damage. So yeah, it's very powerful. And he can also turn around faster. So yeah, that's the Tek Spino. Very cool. Then there's my favorite, the Tek Dragon. I'm pretty sure he's the most difficult one to make. It will take you months of grinding to make this guy. But it's pretty worth it. So he has crazy stats. He has almost 60,000 health. And I haven't even pumped it at all. Look how much it goes up per pump. So he's now at over 300,000 health. So he's extremely powerful. And besides that, he's immune to a lot of debuffs. He has a new dive bomb attack. He's also very fast. I think he's the fastest creature now. And yeah, he can dive bomb. I'll try to kill a creature with it. Ah, it's stuffed up. Oh, he made me go flying. Okay, I'll try this again. They're all chasing me this time. Okay, I'll fly up. And I'll... Okay, there we go. So that's the new dive bomb for the dragon. And it also has a new breath attack. It breathes like blue lightning. And there's the wing attack, which is same as the Wyvern has. So you can harvest thatch. You can harvest thatch and wood with it. And you can also knock creatures back. I'll see if that works. No, it does. Oh wait, it does. Okay, so you can also knock creatures back with this. You can knock them very far back. And then you can also grab creatures. I'm trying to grab a Kano here. Oh, I missed. Go on. Okay, I got it. So he grabs them with like his front 2 legs. It looks kind of weird though. And you can attack creatures while you're grabbing them. There you go. And then the last thing that this does, which is my favorite thing, is it can land on water. And then it can run around on the water, which is so cool. And this works really well. It's not gonna bug out. So you can just run around on the water. And it looks so cool. you can just run everywhere. I love this creature so much. And it also has an item, which is the dragon cloak, that makes the dragon go invisible. You can still slightly see it though, but it'll be slightly harder to see it for your enemies. And then the last thing we have is just this. It has a new name. So this is a Tek Dunkleostus, which is usually a secret creature that you use to mine stone. But now he's called the Neroder. I'll just write him. So they're much faster than before, but they're still very slow. They have more health, more damage, and they have a healing ability, as you can see. It's not as good as the Daedon's one though. It has a cooldown, it can't be left on the whole time. But they do quite a lot of damage. Wait, I'm not hitting him. Okay, there we go. Yeah, killed a Megalodon already. And he can fire torpedoes, which is one of the cooler things. So I'll just come out. So as you can see, fires torpedoes. They only use the one side though. Oh wait, I just got the other side. Okay, there we go. You can get both sides then. See, he fires torpedoes, which will do some damage on impact. So that's one of my top 5 best mods for Tek Tier and Ark Survival Evolved. If you enjoyed or found this helpful, don't forget to give it a like, and also make sure to be subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss any future top 5 mod videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.